Hi guys, how's it going? And 1 month ago, yesterday, my song Dreamy Boy was released into the world, and this was quite an important track for me because number one, it was a song that I released under my new name. It was the first song, John Joseph, when I changed it from John Thacker. And if you want to know all about changing your artist name on Spotify, it's a palaver, but I've got a video on my YouTube if you're thinking of doing it yourself, where you can still keep your streams, but you do lose your followers. So it's kind of like weighing up what you want. So this track was important because I wanted to build that fan base again with the new name, get some like hype going for John Joseph online, and I went all out and I did a lot of different things to promote this track, and I did have some PR as well, so I'll talk about that a little bit later. But no one's ever going to promote you, so I wanted to make sure that I was doing. Oh, my cat is making appearance. I wanted to make sure I was doing every single thing to the best of my ability to get the song to as many people as possible. And the aim of it is that it would become a sort of like a building block for more music. Thanks, Blue, for just cramming on my laptop. It's okay. Would become a building block for my next music. So I'm building some followers, building some momentum for future releases. I'm building up more and more until my next release. So it was all about getting that foundation. So I wasn't expecting crazy numbers, but I'm going to talk about what worked, what didn't, what's worth your time, what's not worth your time, because it can be exhausting. There's a lot to do, and I feel like I spread myself a little bit too thin trying to do it all, and a lot of it has been not useful of my time. So I just wanted to share what I think was useful, what wasn't, and money as well. What was useful of my money and time. One person listening. Yes, amazing. As you can see, we've got Dreamy Boy, which is the latest song that came out. And here is everything, with Spotify. It's how it did. It had a little bit of a spike when it released. And I was kind of worried. The next day, full disclosure, we got 8 streams. Full disclosure, I'm going to be completely honest with this in the hopes that it can help you for your release. This is me as well reflecting on what worked and what didn't, so I can then work out what worked and what didn't for my next release. There's the streams per listener, and obviously the listeners is lower, but I guess that means that people are listening to the song more than once, which is always what you want to hear. And then you can kind of see here that it was like a little bit of like some waves, and then it kind of goes up and up and up and up, and at the moment I'm seeing a lot more going on, a lot more activity. It's like a slow progress, but I'm more happy with this side than this, where it's like in these weird waves. I can't tell you what them waves were about. I honestly can't, but maybe from when I go through what I did, you might be able to tell me something. But the source of the streams, there's location, the playlist. So playlists, I managed to get on a relative amount of playlists. So this one and this one and this one were from the PR company I worked with, and the radio is what I was targeting. In this love songs, I'm not sure how I got on there, so I don't know how that happened, so that was nice. The Indie Caviar and a few of the others, they were from Submit Hub. Radio, I wasn't expecting any algorithmic ones for this, because there's been no real activity under my new name. So my goal was just to get some activity from the algorithms, and I got some from the release radar and some from the radio. And I feel like it's just starting as well, so I'm hoping that it's been it's kind of like a slow burner. So it's been a month, whereas I've had songs before released with labels where straight away the numbers are, hundreds, if not thousands a day, and your listeners are just pop up. But then as soon as sort of them playlists go, or the buzz dies down for that song, I'm left with like a nice stable amount of people listening to the song, but it's nowhere near them numbers before. So it almost looks quite weird on my monthly listeners, because you're losing suddenly a massive amount of that, and that's something to bear in mind always with playlists. So there was a big focus for me on playlists, and as you can see, there's only 26 here, but it says so it says there's only 26 playlists, and this is what confused me. But then it says over here, playlist adds 145. So I don't know what that means. Maybe only 26 where people have listened to it from their Spotify. Not too sure. But I guess if people have saved the song, it also might add to their liked thing, so maybe that's kind of where that's come from. Yeah, here's my Spotify. Here it is, location, kind of like a mixture, most of England, Germany, there's quite a lot of countries, 60 countries, which is nice. Germany, Brazil, Ukraine, Spain, the Netherlands. I was actually in the Netherlands when this song came out, I think. So, yeah, this was my Spotify. That's how it's done. Total streams have been 1,577. Like, it's not amazing compared to, I've got some other songs that have a lot more streams where I'm like, wow, but I'm really proud in a way of that. I'm really proud that it's still building momentum, and I'm hoping that when I'm stopped working on this release completely, which I'm kind of almost doing now, that the plays just keep going, and then the next song comes, and it's kind of like building and building and building. And obviously it's not skyrocketed into them numbers, and it can be disheartening sometimes when you're like looking and no one's listening and you're promoting it everywhere and you're putting all of your time and it's like less than 1,000 streams. And it has been a slow burn for this one, but I'm still positive that I can still reach some good numbers with the track, and that I can really build the momentum up and up with Dreamy Boy. And if you want to listen as well, give me a save and add me to your playlist, because that would help. Let's have a quick look at the other streaming before I move on to what I did. So with Apple Music, not a crazy amount of activity, 27 in the last month. But I don't really get a lot of Apple Music stuff going on, so I posted, I think they have little cards. I posted that, and it's the links there, I guess. I use Apple Music though, so I got a couple of purchases, no Shazams, 27 plays. Yeah, so yeah, that's Apple Music. Obviously not as much going on as with Spotify, but there we go. You know, one song Shazammed. That's my Apple Music. Then we're going for Deezer. Deezer, nothing. No one has listened to my song on Deezer. Don't know why. I submitted to all of these editorial playlists. I didn't get on any, unfortunately. Well, not yet. But Deezer, nothing. Not sure. And I don't know anyone who listens to Deezer, but I know it's popular in France. I was kind of hoping for a few streams, but we move. Hopefully my next release I can start using Deezer more. And then we've got Amazon. Issue with Amazon, same thing, no streams. And weirdly, I messaged them about it. If I go on Amazon Music, because I've got Prime, the song doesn't show up, but it only shows if you've not got Prime on Amazon Music. So I need to contact my distributor or something. So that's, I think, one of the reasons why. And I had some issues at the start with Amazon Music where the song didn't appear properly at first, even though I did submit it. So there was a whole faff. For nothing, because the song didn't even get a stream. I got one stream, actually. That's a lie. It goes 28 days. There was one person who listened on Amazon. In America, I think they were. I was like, hurrah! I search and browse. So, yeah. Thanks for that one person. Let's start with what I did. Submit Hub. I'm going to do a whole video, I think, talking about my experiences with Submit Hub. I did two things. So, let's go for my song, Dreamy Boy. And my submissions, so in total, I got 33 submissions, and 10 of them were approved, is that right? So 19% it's saying here was approved of all of the things that I applied for. What I did was I submitted two ways. I bought 100 credits for like 60 quid. I think it's like $70, which is like 60 quid. And then I also, with the rest of them, credits used 141, so the other 41 credits, sorry you can hear my cat, came from me doing the hot or not, because I just also wanted to do the hot or not so I could submit Dreamy Boy as well for feedback for me, one, and the feedback was great, but also because if you go on the hot or not I can see sort of like everything that people have said, like you can tell, generally really good response. But also, like I just thought, it might be a chance to connect with musicians or maybe find some fans. And a few people messaged me saying they like the song and they've added it to their playlist. So there's a win there, I guess. It's just a lot of time. The hot or not takes a lot of time. To get them 41 credits, you have to listen to 20 songs unless you're like a premium person to get 1 premium credit. And to get any useful submissions as a premium submission, you need about 3 at least, to submit to 1 Spotify playlister or to submit to 1 blogger. And I haven't even said what Submit Hub is, but Submit Hub is basically a website where you can just easily submit to Spotify playlists, influencers now as well, and also like some blogs, some radio stations. And if we look at who actually approved it, in the end of 10, we got this playlist. Oh, that Love Songs one! I didn't realise that came from Submit Hub. Cat's in. My other cat is here now, meowing. And, oh great, well there we go, that explains that. There's a couple of other playlists it got on, which is nice, great. Like, I did that myself, so I felt proud of that. There was a couple of radio stations. Oh, the Indie Caviar one, nice, shout out, Fresh Finds. This other radio one's got songs scheduled as well. I also submitted my song for, which I haven't added to here, something called Amazing Radio. So on Amazing Radio, my song was actually played several times on Amazing Radio, and I think that contributes to like your streaming and your royalties. Not your streaming, your royalties as well that you get on like PRS. So I've never used it before, but I just submitted it. It took me like 2 seconds, didn't cost me anything, and I think it's had like 25 total plays on this pop playlist during the month, which I was really happy with. I don't know how impressive that is, but I was like, that's something free that I've done that just took a little amount of time that's done something. So I was pretty happy. Let's go back. So Submit Hub, I got my 10. Do I think it was worth it? So 60 quid and probably about a few days of reviewing music on Hot or Not. As some of them was the standard as well, I have to say, not all with a premium submission. Standard, you don't really get really much of a response, but one of them I did. So do I think it was worth it? Probably not. I don't like nothing career breaking here. This in playlist is actually pretty impressive that I got on this Love Songs playlist, so I'm happy with that I did that myself without the PR company or anything. But it's a lot of money. I think it could be cheaper. If you have the money in your budget, I would put that money somewhere else rather than doing that. There are other websites as well where you can submit just in bulk for free. And you get like 20 a day. There was one that I used recently, I forgot what it is. It's something called like Daily Playlists or something. And I got a couple of playlists from that, and it was literally just free, click. You get 20 every like 3 days. But Submit Hub is sort of like the one, isn't it, when you think of this kind of platform for musicians? So it's like, do I think it's worth it? I don't know. Probably not. But there's some benefits, some wins. A lot of rejections for Dreamy Boy, and the song is quite a commercial pop song, and I was targeting only the ones that had the criteria that I 100% matched. I wasn't applying for just every single like Spotify playlist. I was like, I fit this, so I was expecting a bit more, if I'm honest. I think it should be cheaper, and I think the Hot or Not submissions to listen to 20 songs and get 1 premium submission is pretty low. So if that could change, that'd be great. Would I use it again? I probably will, because it is easy despite it being time consuming. Will I pay for it again? Probably not. I had some money left over in my Help Musicians budget, so that's what I used the £100 for. But if I was to do it again, there's a few other things that I'll talk about in maybe a different video, where I could put that money to get more of a response and more of an outsource on streams to get. Basically, the aim is I want organic followers and organic fans, and I wanted to target some playlists to trigger the algorithms and to start building my fan base, because otherwise it's just going to have that drop, isn't it, over and over. And when I'm releasing a song, get on some playlists and it drops, whereas I want to still have that like building sense in the background of people who want to listen to a new song, and that's the hard thing to reach. So who knows? Maybe I've got a couple of followers and fans from this whole money. I'd like to think so, seeing as I spent 60 quid. Cassie, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let's go to what else I did. I did an ad for an Instagram video that I had here. It was like a 30-second clip of the song, and mainly I think it ended up on Facebook. It didn't actually end up on Instagram, which was weird because I used Instagram to boost the song. But here are the results. I spent 30 quid. So I probably could have used more money from Submit Hub on the ad. But it got reach, got 432 clicks, and the link was to the link tree for the track, so they could listen to it wherever you want. Yeah. I don't know how useful this was. I targeted specific singers. I don't know what I gained from this, to be honest. Like, I was trying to look on my Spotify for artists at the time to see if, like, there was more followers. And if you go back to my music, if you go to my followers, over the course of the month, where is followers here? Streams, isn't it? Can I get followers here somehow? Source of streams. Where do I get followers? Music. I don't know, but I gained about 20 followers over. Oh, followers. Yeah, so I gained, was it 20? Oh, look at that, it was a weird dip. So when the song came out on the 7th, I had 138 followers, and I've now got 150. So I gained 12 followers over that time, and the campaign was kind of like here. So, but I was also asking people to follow me and to save the song. So I don't know if 12 justifies. It's only 30 quid, I guess. I mean, it's still a lot of money, isn't it? Like, so I don't know if this was successful. So I can't answer this question here. It says, am I satisfied with this ad? Because I don't know. I don't know if I'm satisfied. Yeah, the goal, get more website visitors. Maybe there's something I could have done differently. Targeted a few different singers down here. Yeah, not sure. Maybe I'll do it again if there's like budget for it. The only reason I did it is because everyone was saying it's more useful than like playlists on Spotify. Unsure if it is. But hopefully did something. Next thing, PR. So I hired Liberty PR as part of my Help Musicians Fund, and the large portion of the money went to that. Because I wanted, for the first time, to have someone helping me. I've always promoted my music myself, unless it's with a label. But still, the promotion is mainly from the song has always come from me. And I just wanted for a self-release, just to have that little bit of backing, to help me just to get the name out there a little bit of John Joseph. Really happy with the press side. Playlisting, I'm not too sure yet. The campaign's still going on. But I'll do a different video talking about it. But they've been so lovely. Really professional, and I've got a final Zoom of them soon. Tune links. What was a big part of my campaign and took a lot of time pre-song is pre-saving. So you can see how much stuff there was to do. Like, all of this is taking lots of time. So pre-saving, I basically wanted to have at least 100 pre-saves before the song came out for two reasons. I've done a whole other video talking about this. But for one, to just suddenly have a boost of saves for the song, so it would hopefully trigger those algorithms, which is just what I've wanted, and I have a little bit, not a crazy amount, but I'm impressed that I've triggered them. And two, as well as the radio and the release radar, there's a few others as well, I wanted to get them followers back up, because I lost my followers in the change. So I'm now on 150, from 2 months ago I had no followers on my Spotify. I'm really happy with that, and I think I would put just as much time onto a pre-save campaign again for my next song. And I think for the whole process, it's been one of the most successful parts of the campaign. The only negative thing of it is it's probably not going to be long-term followers. Hopefully a few of them will be, but it's not long-term followers. It's not organic fans, because I'm asking people to follow, or I was asking other musicians to check out my music, and I would follow them, they would follow me. Or I would contact fans of my previous music and say, can you just follow my new? But overall, I'm impressed by how easy and flawless it was. It came out, the song got loads of saves, and there was followers. So in that respect, I'm happy. I got 141 in total. Some on Spotify, some on Apple Music, myself on Deezer. I shouldn't actually show people's email addresses, so I'll hide that as well, because people's emails are there. Final thing. Social media and TikTok. I wanted to do a big thing on TikTok about this song release, and also YouTube, which I didn't actually get around. It ended up just taking so much more time than I thought for such little response. So I started by feeding a little bit, before the release of I started trying to do a bit more content, And then I did this one that got quite a few, and then a few in the past have got quite a few streams. Like this one got nearly 10,000. I say streams, it's plays, isn't it? And I did a few, felt like an idiot doing some of them, but I just wanted to get the hook of the song in people's heads, because sometimes that's how I get a song in my head by hearing it on TikTok. But I just couldn't trigger any algorithm, really. I did like, what was it about? I did like a ballad version, I did me just like dancing around in my dungarees. But as you can see, I didn't get over 1,000 streams for any of them. So I don't know whether it's... And then I took a break and posted this one like yesterday, and it got like double what the others got. So I don't know how it works. Do you have to like avoid... Hi, Cassian. Do you have to like avoid TikTok to get the streams? I don't know. Because the more I was on it, the less people were like watching. It was... I don't know. I'm clueless. So I think before my next release, it wasn't successful, but I know it can be successful because it's been so useful for so many other people, and it's just getting that one TikTok to get people listening to the song and to get that reach out there, and it's free. So I'm disappointed in myself for not managing to hit the TikTok algorithms, and I think before a future release I want to look into that a bit more about what I can do to release my song. This is what I did mainly to release the song, as well as contacting Spotify playlisters directly. Like there's a few other websites. There was a SoundPlate. I used that one. It's really simple. It's free, and I got on a couple of playlists from it. And all you have to do is follow their creator playlist. Something else I did as well, I just remembered, is I also created a playlist, Queer Artist to Know, beforehand. Because I was like, maybe I should just be a playlist creator myself and then add my song to it. I only got one like, so I'm not sure if that was successful, but I think it's something I could think of for the future. As you can see, I think a big issue is there's so much to do. Like there's so much to do and so many options, it's incredibly overwhelming. So I can't tell you what's worked and what's not worked really. Well, I can tell you what's worked and what's not worked, but it's hard to say what has been completely useful of my time, because I wanted to just do it all and then hope something sticks. So maybe that's what I did. I spread myself a little bit too thin, and I could have focused just on TikTok or focused just on that. And I think for my next release, because I've already kind of got this base now of Dreamy Boy, of a couple of, hopefully my aim would be maybe by the end of the year to have like 10,000 streams for Dreamy Boy. Amazing. But hopefully in that time I'll be releasing other music, so then it'll kind of like just be boosting everything together and everything slowly going up. Followers, streams, and as well hopefully Apple Music and Deezer and Amazon hopefully start to happen as well. But there we go, full disclosure of where I'm at with my song release, Dreamy Boy. I'm not doing as much myself now. I took a lot of time into this release, and it's been very time consuming for, unfortunately, sometimes not a lot of results. But there's so much rejection in music already, so you kind of got to take that on the chin. A lot of other admin went into it as well, getting your PRS sorted, getting getting some gigs sorted, getting like everything technical sorted for the release, making sure that everything's right, the artwork, the pictures, the imagery, posts for social media, planning my, Instagram post to release. There's a load to do. And I wanted to do a music video actually as well, and I'm still debating it. I could film it myself, but unsure. This has been a long video, longer than I thought, but I just wanted to go through everything of what I did to market my song and what's worked, what's not. I hope it's been helpful for you, and I hope that your song goes well. I'm happy to do a follow for follow, or please just, if you're a fan, listen to my new song Dreamy Boy. I'm really, really proud of it. And a final note as well, if there's anything that I've not done that I should be doing, tell me. What should I be doing for my next song release? How can I get it out there? Much love. Follow me on YouTube. Bye.